Welcome to the samwin version 7 video tutorial. We hope you will find this video informative and of use for your day-to-day work, and would be happy to receive your feedback as much as your improvement suggestions. Enjoy! samwin 7 is a smart choice for an all-in-one telecommunications solution that consistently meets organizations' high expectations for unique customizations and effortless scalability. The software suite comes with a comprehensive and flexible modular licensing design, divided into basics, server features, connectors, and special features. Basic licenses are tied into and tailored towards the agent in the call center, the attendant at the switchboard, the line for the mobile workforce, and the interactive channel for automated processing. Server feature licenses allow to expand samwin 7 capabilities to address management requirements and improve integration with an existing communication infrastructure for calendar integration, additional telephone systems, redundancy, reporting, and Skype for Business integration. Connector licenses permit samwin 7 to be tightly interwoven with prime communication and CRM solutions to accommodate email, chat, social media, voice recognition, and an SAP interface. Special feature licenses increase operational efficiency and permit call tagging, announcement packages, callback functions, black and white listings, outbound call centers, mobile phone integration, and door openers. samwin 7 requires ASP.NET version 4.5.2 as a minimum. Should the required framework not be present during installation of samwin's installation wizard will provide an option to make up for it. Please note, ASP.NET version 4.5.2 does not work with Windows XP. Our samwin SAP service enables an SAP CRM installation to control a samwin agent, so you do not need to switch programs during your workflow. Using the SAP service enables you to use most of samwin's call functions without the need to leave the SAP CRM interface. You're able to handle basic call functionality like answering calls, hanging up, putting calls on hold, and so on. But it also supports more advanced functionality like consultations, transfers, and conferences. You're also able to search for other samwin users using the CRM system and see their user status. Technically, the interface uses the SAP's ICI interface, which also allows to transport data from samwin to SAP with each call. For example, you can create an IVR flow which gathers information for the product the user wants support and sends this information automatically to SAP, which then prepares the CRM system for the requested product. A new samwin 7 System Manager feature allows us to select one out of several phonebooks for an import when it comes to linking the source columns to the target table and target column. Simply enough, the desired phonebook can be chosen from the drop-down menu above the table. A sync service has been added to the list of services in samwin 7 Service Manager, and the corresponding scheduled task feature is located under the General section of samwin Web Manager's object pane. Through the import of Active Directory user data, Sync service can facilitate the creation of samwin users. On the Schedule tab, we can specify start and end date of the synchronization as much as its frequency. On the Action tab, it is mandatory to define a template user, but the addition of an ACD extension remains optional. Moreover, directory numbers of all users that will be created by the sync service can be defined via an Active Directory attribute and manipulated through modification patterns. With the addition of the new call routing criterion by gateway of the call, samwin 7's Web Manager enables us to configure calls to be routed from a specific gateway to an intended skill, a distinct hunt group, a unique IVR flow, and a good few things more. As of samwin version 7, it is possible to link an Exchange connector to different versions of Exchange. Show appointments marked as busy is only one out of 4 options that allow us to define what type of calendar appointments an agent is supposed to see, and it can easily be enforced by ticking or unticking the preceding box. Lotus Notes integration has been improved to permit SSL authentication automatically. PBX issues or an incorrectly designed IVR flow can cause sessions to get caught up in an endless loop. These sessions can be dropped with webmanager's system monitoring tool, though it is imperative to launch it on the server. Once you have done so, open the RTP Connection Snapshot tab and click Delete on the far right. With the Zip Sessions Snapshot tab, frozen zip sessions can be handled just alike. With samwin 7, we have revised and refined webmanager's access permissions. Consequently, it has become possible to restrain access to the individual folders in the object pane on the left. Select the folder whose access you want to curtail and click Change Access Permissions in the action pane on the right. Thereupon, add single users or entire groups from the list and determine what you will allow or deny them to do. Accordingly, upon webmanager login, affected users will only see the folders and objects they are supposed to gain access to. In samwin 7, we added customizable real-time displays. Get started by clicking Real-Time Service in the object pane on the left and enter the IP address of the device that runs your reporting service. To design your own, click Create New Real-Time Display in the action pane on the right. Type the preferred name into the form that opens and pick the template of your choice from the drop-down menu below. Please note, Template 1 has been pre-configured and is ready to use out of the box. Template 2, in comparison, needs to be customized before being used. A brief description of the configuration code can be accessed through the Show Help link in the right action pane. As all good things must come to an end, to savor the fruits of your work, you can simply click Open Real-Time Display on the right and it will open in a new tab. User Profile is a new multi-purpose object in the Web Manager that allows administrators to determine and override the status of samwin clients in regards of 3 different aspects. The workstation log state setting defines the status of the samwin client in case the user doesn't change his status manually and the workstation gets locked. The user state transition specifies how long it takes before a given status changes to another specified status, and the active user state setting counts towards the minimum number of agents required for a given skill. As of samwin 7, it is possible to define call fallback settings in more details. New busy time exceeds and no answer time exceeds settings have been added to the samwin Web Manager interface, thereby allowing a more refined call routing configuration. samwin 7's new required agent feature can be best explained with the following scenario. Should JP toggle his agent console to a predefined undesirable status or close the application altogether, a notification will pop up in the bottom right corner of the screen as if it were an incoming call. The notice will warn JP that the minimum number of required agents is going to be on the run. Nevertheless, JP's initially selected action will be processed. The feature can be configured via samwin's Web Manager and is defined by three aspects: the selected skill, the intended time frame, and the minimum amount of required agents. Now it is possible to add welcome announcements to call recordings. This option can individually be enabled on each skill. The executeScaler function executes a query on the specified database profile. Thereby, the samwin database profile is used by default. It returns the value of the first column of the first row, or nil if no result is returned, or status error. Moreover, the executeNonQuery function executes a query on the specified database profile, and the samwin database profile is used by default too. It returns the number of affected rows or status error. The setConfigValue function sets a configuration value into the samwin database tbl_cfg. If the section and keyword combination already exists, the value will be updated. The return value can either be status error or the number of affected rows. Further information can be obtained from the samwin 7 developer guide. The Lua script-oriented and all too often time-consuming task of creating IVR flows has just become a few steps less complex with samwin 7. Select any of your IVR nodes, choose Copy Node from the action pane on the left, and duplication transforms into a breeze. An incoming call can trigger a notification to pop up in the bottom right corner of the screen. The pop-up window is tinted with the appropriate skill color and allows to answer or drop the call. With the new feature, Bring the agent window to the front on incoming calls, end users can determine and configure whether their samwin 7 console is supposed to shift in front of all other windows in case a call rings through to them. The skill of each incoming call can be color-coded and thereby grasped from the corner of one's eye. Because each skill name in the queue list is preceded by a queue with the associated color, it is simple to cross-reference each call to its corresponding skill. As a skill property, color can be configured via samwin's web manager. The Calllist feature has been removed from the queue section and can from now on be accessed through a dedicated button in the top row of the attendant and call center tabs respectively. Along with the shift comes a dedicated bottom frame that allows the call list to be displayed with increased clarity and by preordained criteria. Moreover, with the addition of a new call history feature, this list can be narrowed down to the 10 most recent calls of the present caller. In case a phone book entry is linked to a picture, for example a user's portrait, samwin's call visualization section can display the associated photo for the source as much as the destination of the call. This feature can easily be enabled by ticking the corresponding box in the agent configuration window and thereby replaces the substitute use of icons. With samwin version 7, full-text search capabilities have now also been added to the agent directory, including names, numbers, and email addresses. As soon as a call has been established, the extension's TAPI status color changes from green to red. Thereby, and as of samwin 7, right-clicking the busy lamp field permits to select a new context menu that will cause an agent's live TAPI call to drop. As of version 7, samwin will display a warning message to prevent users from accidentally closing the application. The software will only close after the user has explicitly confirmed his or her intent. We hope the time you spend with this video has been beneficial to you. More information can be found in our knowledge base on our website www.samwin.net. Thank you for watching and have a good day.